Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here. Welcome to my review for the other remaining Shu Gods for King-ohger, this being our Hopper and Scorpion Shu Gods. This review is uber late, I apologize. But if you don't know from the show, there is a trio of God Mecha, these two and then Kabuto. They released them in kind of a funny way just because of the way they appear in the show, with Kabuto releasing kind of early before he even showed up in the show. I think he even showed up before some stuff that came out. It was just kind of weird. But you can buy them individually or as a set of three. Like I said, it's just kind of jumbled in my opinion of the way they released it according to both the toys and the show. I feel it could have been a lot simpler. But let's go ahead and get started. These are basically like auxiliary mecha. These two in particular feel like they're kind of right in between Kabuto and the little mini bots with the roly-poly and the snail in terms of feel and scale. Like right here, Hopper is pretty simple. He's the Hoppa. You know, they are a little bit, in general, the Sentai mecha have a bit of a cheaper feel compared to the old days, but they're all mostly around the same quality now, but they're just kind of like a little bit lesser than your main deluxe ones, like the Kabuto ones, but like a little bit bigger than the roly-poly ones in terms of feel and quality. And they're overall pretty cool designs, though, I have to say. I really like the designs of them with the black gold color scheme. I really like that on Kabuto. Kabuto grew on me more and more the more I spent time with it. That makes it sound like we like hung out, but you know what I mean. Just seeing the design in the black gold. And this in particular I like, because you have the black gold here. It's probably the most understated because the shiny parts you can see is right there, but it's going to be seen when you open it up for the transformed mode. But in this mode, it's a little bit more understated compared to this that has the shiny gold chrome pieces. But what I like about this is this little pink tech-like accent here. It reminds me a lot, actually, of 01. I feel like this is a mech just based off of one of the little, I can't remember what the cassette tapes were called in that. But anyway, that's the general look of it. You know, it's overall fine. Each of these kind of have a gimmick that's meant to be like a little bit of fun. With this one, you just press this down and it pops, and it also breaks. It will not snap all the way for some reason, but you get the idea of the gimmick there, and it just keeps opening. My, like, clippy pieces here are really loose. Then here you have Scorpion, which might be my favorite of the three. I'm not sure. I think that the gold absolutely stands out the most on these because you have it on the pincers and on the stinger there, and it's just kind of got more prominent gold everywhere. I do wish that there was consistency with it. Like, it bugs me a little bit that you have kind of three types of gold. Like, you have the shiny gold here, and then this bit of a darker one, and then the slightly cheaper one. These do line up pretty close, but it looks a little bit funny. It's a minor nitpick, but it's overall a pretty cool design, to be honest. It's really funny when it comes to the chrome finish, whether it's gold or silver. It always skirts that line between looking awesome and adding to it, but also looking a bit tacky and cheap to a degree as well. But it's an overall pretty neat design. Its little gimmick comes here from this little trigger down here, and you can do some stinging action, and that's a lot easier not to mess up. But both of these combine with the main mecha, obviously. You can do them individually, or we can also do them as a group, in which you also put Kabuto on there. I'll kind of just slowly put all of them on there, because you know what they're going to look like individually, but they're both really simple to get together for it. All you do for this one, twist these so it goes this way, and then twist them so that they're lining up like this. And then take this bit, slide it forward, and then slide this to the side, basically. And it can move around and stuff, and like some of the images show you, oh, so you're just popping it off, not popping it off like that, but show that you can kind of move it around a little bit. But you can also just kind of have it generally lined up there with it. And then this pit here is going to go around the arm and the hand, which I'll show here in a minute. So you don't really need to do anything with that. Like, it's going to open up, but you don't need to do anything right now. This one's super simple. Just pop the legs off and then fold these in, and they're going to go onto the knees. And then just open this up like it was trying to do before. And again, see there, you see all the shininess, which looks really cool. For the mecha here, I'm going to pop the ladybug off here for a second, and then just to show you, because it can be a little bit difficult to show, like, not to show, but I guess it is a little difficult to show while you're trying to finagle it. So you're going to put this on here, right? And what you're going to want to do is, you see these two little bits here, is when you clamp them around, they're effectively going to go in the hand like this. Like he's going to hold it like it's a weapon when you clamp it around. I might cut away just because it's kind of hard to reach my hands around the camera and do this, but you get the idea. You clasp it on, and it basically snaps around so it becomes a handhold. Once you got it on there, then you just place Ladybug right there. And then for this, it's really simple. You'll see that on the knees, there's little clips, and you just snap these on down here. This one obviously being for Hopper. And then Hopper just goes right up in the front here, which is nice. I like that you don't have to take off the spider. Like, so obviously they're going for this whole idea of, look how many mecha we're combining, and getting off on a technicality because they're using these mini bots. So that's obviously why they're doing it. But still, it's nice because in a lot of other combos, they would have you take that off, and either you would have to find an unconventional place for it on the mecha, or just have leftover pieces, which is always annoying. But yeah, that's pretty cool. He's in a bit of an awkward pose because he can, to his credit, because of his posability, you can structure him just right so he'll be able to stand correctly. but it can be a little bit difficult, but it does cause some top heaviness if you're having them a certain way. But it's overall pretty cool. You know, the Scorpion one is kind of okay for me, to be honest, in regards to its design. Like, it's kind of neat for what it is, and it looks really cool with the golden claw coming off, but I find it to be kind of a boring and kind of awkward design in regards to how it transforms. I really like Hoppers, though. I mean, the little spiked knees are kind of cool, I guess, but in general, just the wings, it almost makes me think it's a butterfly. They just look really cool, the black gold, the regalness of it. Let me really quickly go grab Kabuto and put it on there just so you can see the full combo. There you have all of them on there. Not a huge difference, and it is a bit clunky. It's not going to be your most posable one. You're going to have a little bit more difficulty to get it in some poses. However, again, to its credit to the structure of the mecha, so long as you're getting it just right with the way it's positioned with the legs and everything, maybe using this as support, you can actually get it in some pretty cool poses. And it's an overall pretty cool formation. It's a unique formation. It's like 3 different kind of weapon-based auxiliaries coming together, and I like that you can have them all together. Like, that's one of the nice things about when we start building towards this idea of them being a Fustercluck is it's nice for storage, so you don't just have leftover pieces. I mean, technically now you do have, like, the roly-poly and the snail, but I'm sure you could fit that in if you wanted. But setting that aside, I like that with these core 3 auxiliaries, you have all of them together. It looks pretty cool, like this black gold armament, and I can have them all in the mecha on display, and I don't have to worry about any huge leftover pieces elsewhere. I also really like the context of them in the story. So, overall, they're both solid. They're not absolute must-haves, but if you like what you see here and you want to build towards the further combinations, and see this combination here, I can recommend checking them out. And they're not too expensive of a price either. Like I said, you can buy them individually or together, even if they were released a bit strangely. That's about it for this one, though, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications for all my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.